This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. A battery startup headquartered in the Greene County town of Newberry is one of 7 selected to participate in the Titletown Tech Startup Draft, a $1 million pitch competition in Wisconsin. Ateo Systems, which operates out of the Battery Innovation Center, has developed a platform for making battery electrodes without toxic solvents or forever chemicals. The competition is led by Titletown Tech, a venture capital firm that was formed out of a partnership between Microsoft and the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is also hosting the 2025 NFL Draft later this month. Ateo's founder and CEO Rajan Kumar said the platform takes battery powder and converts it into an electrode made of thin, flexible material that can be rolled up like a cigar and used in 95% of batteries.
So, the reason we got connected is that batteries are a critical component for all those devices. And from our perspective, we've shown a better pathway to generating real revenue and a battery solution very quickly. And that's why, we were selected one out of 1,000 companies to present in the final 7.
The company, which completed a $1.25 million Series Seed funding round in 2020, is now making its production-grade battery electrodes at plants in Indiana and Asia and has grown to 10 employees with less than $3 million in total funding raised. Legislative leaders have made clear that they intend to act on Governor Mike Braun's central campaign promise to provide property tax relief. However, with less than a month left to pass a solution, leaders have yet to announce an agreement on an approach. 3 vastly different proposals have been discussed so far with varying levels of homeowner relief and local government impact. It's unclear what dominant ideology lawmakers plan to focus on and whether lawmakers will resurrect a previous plan or introduce a new one before the April 10th deadline for action by the House Ways and Means Committee, which handles fiscal policy. Observers are worried about the vastly different plans put forward, with Accelerate Indiana Municipality CEO Matt Greller saying, quote, "You cannot have 3 proposals or 3 concepts that are any more different. I worry about unintended consequences at this point of things that haven't yet been completely vetted or analyzed," end quote. Congressional leaders are adamant they will pass Senate Bill 1, the primary legislative vehicle to deliver tax relief this year. They say they are working to find a compromise that will balance widespread relief with adequate funding for local governments whose services rely heavily on property tax revenue. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
A sales and sales leadership professional who has decades of experience working with companies like Microsoft, Oracle, and HP has been named the new director for IU Executive Education. John Courtney came out of semi-retirement to lead the division of the O'Neill School of Public and Environmental Affairs in an effort to expand leadership training to executives, organizations, and students. Growth plans are underway for the division as well. IU Executive Education is exploring options to expand training in Asia, Africa, and Europe, and to offer more online and on-demand leadership training courses. After making new tweaks, a House committee pushed along a bill that aims to make it easier for renters to get certain evictions sealed from their court record. Housing advocates were frustrated last month after Senate Bill 142 was rolled back on the Senate floor, removing a provision to automatically expunge eligible evictions from tenants' records. But an amendment approved Monday by the House Judiciary Committee seeks to compromise by streamlining the process for courts to quickly seal some records, meaning renters would not have to file anything on their own. That includes eviction cases in which a judge sides with a tenant or when a judgment against the tenant is later reversed. A state law passed in 2022 already opened the door for some eviction matters to be sealed, but it's currently up to tenants to file for expungement. State House testimony on the latest bill draft was positive. The measure passed committee 10-1 and now heads to the full House. The CEO of Goodwill for Southern and Central Indiana, Kent Kramer, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.